Oh, shit. Marvel's back, baby, with Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I already started working on my costume. Ha-ha! What up, party peoples? Bobo here with BrassReel Brothers. Thanks for coming back for some more popcorn. Oh, I saw Shang-Chi last night. For any of y'all doubting that this movie might not be good, erase all those doubts. It was fantastic. It's a beautiful film. All the way through. Not only is it an homage to all these old school kung fu films, movies like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, it's got an element of Shakespearean tragedy in it, it's mythological, it's a badass martial arts movie, it shines a beautiful light on Chinese culture and lore that a lot of us aren't aware of, and it's a Marvel comic book movie at its finest. I was extremely satisfied with this movie. Black Widow is one of those ones, I did like it, I thought it was enjoyable, but it wasn't giving me that giddy feeling I was talking about when I walk out of a Marvel film. You know how you want to feel like a little kid again. Black Widow was really serious, it was more of a spy thriller, espionage, all that kind of stuff. I still liked it because Marvel always tries to do something different, and they did something new and different with this one. They don't waste any time getting into the characters, but they do a really good job of giving you the exposition of the characters. By the time they're getting involved with any serious shit, you're attached to them. Sumi Lee or Sumi Lu, I'm really not sure how to pronounce it. Him and Awkwafina, their chemistry is fantastic the whole way through. And of course, she's a little bit of the comic relief in there, and I liked her comic relief because it wasn't that shoo-it-in comic relief. A lot of times you can tell the writers are telling them to say this because it's a catchy, trendy phrase. This one you could tell they didn't do that. This one they were like, we like Awkwafina, we like her humor, so they just let her be herself in these scenes and they put her jokes in the movie, and that's why the comic relief works with her. And she's not just in the movie a little bit, she's in it the whole way through. She's a main character. But it's got some classics in it, like Michelle Yeoh's in there, and the girl that plays his sister, Xiaoling, was awesome too. I can't really pronounce her name properly, but I'm gonna try. Meng Er-Shang? Sorry if I got it wrong, but she was great in the movie. She had a pivotal role. And one of the things I really liked about this film is that it didn't cram in too much from other movies to try to connect it to the MCU, but they still did connect it to the MCU. However, while doing that, they keep it really contained to these few characters so you're not overwhelmed with plot, and the plot is very contained as well. But that doesn't make it a simple film because it is beautifully shot. All the fight choreography is top notch, and the writing's really good. The story has a lot of heart. So when you get into the film, you're watching this movie and you're getting to know the characters, and there's funny stuff here and there, and it's like, all right, cool, it's a Marvel movie. But before you know it, you're already wrapped up into this way more serious storyline, again, that has a lot of heart, a lot of family elements. And by the end of it, it's just a full-on love letter to the Chinese culture that a lot of us don't know about, that's existed forever. The dragon lore, all the Chinese folklore, all that stuff is brought into this film, and it works awesomely. All the way down to the soundtrack. Don't get me wrong, it's still a Marvel movie. All the action is great, and that's another thing, the action is intense. The bus scene is awesome, the skyscraper scene is awesome, there's dragons involved. It's really incorporated well, and by the time the third act was hitting, I found myself feeling like a little kid again, on the edge of my seat, just being like, oh, this is so great. That sense of wonder was there. The whole movie, you're really enjoying like the Chinese culture, you're enjoying the Marvel element, you're enjoying the mythological element, but then right in the middle of the movie, they tone it down and they just have some moments that are really heartfelt, and they do this really cool comparison to life and martial arts where they describe fighting with an open fist or a closed fist, and applying that to your outlook in life. You just have to see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about when that moment hits, but it's really cool, and that moment just hit me. And while it is contained and it is its own film, it is still connected to the MCU. You do get some cool cameos, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there is some direct connections to other Marvel films in this. And with those connections, there's some cool concepts developed. Hell, there's cool concepts in the whole film though. The way they do this thing with this sort of living and moving forest in the movie, just really cool. But one cameo that's in there that ends up becoming kind of a main character of the film, and I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to spoil it, but there's a friend to that person in this movie who's a creature, a mythological creature called Morris. Morris just stole the show, kind of like the cat in Captain Marvel. Really cute and endearing. And that's the thing. Overall, this movie is action. This movie is martial arts. This movie is Chinese mythology. This movie is extremely charming, and more than anything, it has a lot of heart. I give Shang-Chi an A+. Marvel and Disney knocked another one out of the park. They did a great job of introducing Shang-Chi, his lore and involvement into the MCU, but also his place and importance to the MCU. Well, guys, that'll do it for this review. I just wanted to tell you how much I love this movie. Go check it out. I'm probably going to go see it again tonight. Hit the like button if you enjoyed everything. Don't forget, I've got my live show Monday through Thursday at 1 p.m. Central Time, and it's all movie news about everything coming out to the big screen, everything coming out at home to stream, and all the shenanigans going on behind the scenes. Well, look for Bobby Williams on Facebook, look for BrassReel Brothers on Facebook, look for BrassReel Brothers on Twitter, and if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button so you can help us make it to the top. And as always, if life gives you lemons, make some hot, fresh popcorn.